Hello, drama lovers. Welcome back to K-pop world. That night, the airport lights were still on. The sound of hurried footsteps echoed softly. Horns blared. People whispered. Suitcase wheels rolled on the tiles. Everything seemed ordinary. But one unexpected moment froze time. Just for a second. In the middle of that crowd, two figures walked side by side. Few words. Almost no sound. But their gaze said everything. This wasn't about a new drama, or contract, or prestigious award. What happened was much deeper than that. Something unexpected. Something that touched the deepest layers of a bond between two people, Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan. And that night, something cracked. That day was supposed to be ordinary. Xiao Zhan had just finished a closed-door photo shoot in Shanghai. He looked tired, but still polite as always. A faint smile, a masked face, his shoulders slightly hunched from the weight he carried. Accompanied by just two staff members and a manager. There was no public schedule, no official announcement, but somehow, his flight information was leaked. And just like many times before, thousands of fans flooded the airport within hours. All just to catch a glimpse, even if only for a second. Terminal 3 of Beijing International Airport suddenly turned into a chaotic scene. Some fans pushed through the barriers. Some screamed. Some broke through security lines. Airport security couldn't keep up. All cameras pointed toward one person, Xiao Zhan. He tried to remain calm, but his steps grew uncertain. His manager tried to shield him, but they were clearly outnumbered. The mood changed. There was fear. There was danger. And amid the noise, a black car suddenly stopped at the emergency lane. The back door swung open. Someone stepped out, clad in black from head to toe. Mask, capital thick jacket, calm but quick steps. Behind him, 6 tall men in a tight formation. It was Wang Yibo. He didn't say much, but every eye immediately turned to him. With a simple hand gesture, he instructed his team to form a human corridor. Their movements were sharp, practiced, like a special unit trained for moments like this. In seconds, a clear path opened. Xiao Zhan, who was briefly frozen in place, looked up and locked eyes with Yibo. No hugs, no words of gratitude, but one nod from Yibo was enough to guide him forward. Some fans tried to get close. One nearly touched Xiao Zhan's shoulder, and for the first time, Yibo stepped in, standing between Zhan and the crowd. His left arm raised protectively. He didn't touch anyone, but his body language was loud. Do not come any closer. Silence. The crowd that was just screaming fell quiet. That moment felt like a movie in slow motion. 3 minutes later, both were safely inside the car. Soon after, videos flooded social media. Security footage, fan videos, muffled audio recordings from airport staff. The hashtag #WangYibo hit #1 on Weibo trends. People were stunned. Many wondered, why was Yibo there? How did he arrive so quickly? And the answer was more touching than anyone expected. 2 months before the incident, Wang Yibo quietly hired a private security team. Not just ordinary bodyguards. These were former special forces. Their training was secret. Their names weren't on any agency contract. Not for himself, but for Xiao Zhan. An industry insider revealed. Yibo had long been worried about how fragile the protection around Zhan was. He had seen firsthand how Xiao Zhan had to face massive crowds with little to no safety. And he knew, if the system couldn't be trusted, the only option left was to protect him personally. Not for fame, not for the headlines, but because he cared. Fans couldn't hold back. Many cried. Some were furious. Most were deeply moved. Social media comments poured in. Yibo is not just a friend. He's a silent hero. Xiao Zhan is lucky to have someone who protects without needing to say a word. This isn't just bromance. This is responsibility in its truest form. Some even started rewriting their fan fiction. But this time, they didn't need to exaggerate. Reality was emotional enough. But soon, deeper questions arose. Why would Wang Yibo go this far? Their relationship after the Untamed has always been a mystery. Sometimes they seem close, other times distant. But this moment proves something strong still exists, even if it's unseen. Fans began wondering, is this a sign they've been planning their own path, away from the spotlight? Days passed after the incident. Neither of them spoke. No posts, no clarifications. And strangely enough, that silence made it even more meaningful. In an entertainment world full of noise, sometimes silence is the most honest declaration. One more story emerged days later. Few media outlets picked it up, but a fan who happened to be in the parking area saw it happen. That night, after the chaos had settled, their car stopped briefly under a streetlight. Yibo stepped out first, standing by the right side door. He waited for Xiao Zhan to step out, but Zhan only rolled the window down slightly. They talked. No one knows what was said, but that fan swore Zhan's eyes shimmered with tears, and Yibo just nodded slowly. He then placed something on the dashboard before walking away. A letter, maybe, or something only the two of them understood. Since then, they returned to their respective schedules. No follow-up, no interviews. But drama lovers know, stories like this don't end that easily. We're still waiting for the next chapter. Maybe not in the form of a drama, maybe not a song, but in a silence that slowly finds its meaning. So tell us, what do you think really happened that night? Was this the act of a best friend? Or was it something deeper? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And as always, we'll keep following this story, and we'll be back if there's another twist to this emotional journey. Until then, see you in the next video, drama lovers. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, because this story is just beginning.